Welcome to Your Bookkeeping Matters. I'm Lisa Turner, bringing you short and snackable weekly episodes on bookkeeping and business matters in an easy to understand way so you can be in control and confident that you know your bookkeeping matters. Let's dive into this week's episode. Hello there, and welcome to episode 34, where we're talking about profit strategies in your business. You're making bank, things are going well, and you want to be sure you keep that profit and look after it. Or you want to do things the right way and not end up spending that profit simply because there is money in the bank. First up, what is a profit strategy? It's the strategies and actions or systems and processes you have in place to make a profit and keep it. And that's what you want, right? And we help our clients here at My Bookkeeping Practice Accounted for You with these things each and every day, probably without them even realizing that's what we're helping them with. The first and most important profit strategy is, of course, pricing for profit. I'm hearing a lot of people talking about this one lately, and if you're not selling your goods or services at a profit, that's the first thing you need to work on with your strategies. Now, there's several other episodes where we dive a bit deeper into this, pricing for profit, simple steps to increase your profit, and a few others. And I'll link some of those in the show notes for you. But it is absolutely music to my ears and makes me so happy when people download my free pricing calculator and check that they're actually making a profit. Only this week, I heard from one amazing business owner that they're so grateful they came across the calculator because it helped them sit down, crunch the numbers and their costs, and they actually weren't making any profit. So they had to both increase their prices and adjust the costs involved. Before coming across the pricing calculator, they had no intention of doing this because they honestly thought they were selling at an excellent profit. So unless you do the exercise of checking and regularly, you won't know for sure if you've got the cream on top left that you think you do. So if you haven't done that at all or recently, that's your first step. Go back and listen to those and review your pricing to make sure you're selling at a profit. Now let's get into profit strategies on how to manage your money right. Pay yourself. You might be thinking, how is that a profit strategy? That's spending money. And yep, you're correct. But aren't you in business to pay yourself? And if you're making a profit, then it should be high on your priorities to pay yourself. It is way too common. I see small business owners, not so much medium business owners, but small business owners not paying themselves, leaving all the profit in the business and spending it on the business again and again and again because they left the money in the business. I'm not talking about your startup here when you're putting all you can into setting up or when you strategically don't pay yourself to reinvest in something. Because yes, of course, that's how you grow the business, by putting your money back in to buy more stock, start paying those Facebook and Google ads and all those things. But you have to have a plan in place for those and don't do it long term and get quickly back to paying yourself. And if you've got the right strategies in place, you'll stay profitable and be able to keep paying yourself. The next strategy is to manage your payables and receivables. That's the bills you have to pay and the money from clients you're receiving. Let's not be that business owner who never follows up on what clients owe you. You've worked really hard to provide those goods or those services that they now have. And I'm going to go as far as to suggest for goods, let's get payment up front. Then you're not having to chase up the payment. But for whatever reason, and for some totally normal situations, you're going to have clients who owe you money, accounts receivable. Make sure you have some watertight T's and C's on how to get paid and what happens when they don't. But take it that next step further and follow it up. It may feel really awkward to chase up money when you haven't been paid, but it shouldn't, and it definitely gets easier if you have a process in place. What would a process look like? One example for a service-based business would look something like follow up 2 days overdue by email, and then when it's 5 days overdue, another email follow-up reminder, and then 7 days jumping on the phone to chat with them and get it paid. And if you're on the right accounting or invoicing software, those reminder emails can be automated for you saving you some time and making sure you don't forget to follow up. We want to avoid that as the business owner because this is something you have to do. Follow up your clients or customers who haven't paid you. So we want to avoid forgetting it, delaying it, putting it off, whatever. And for goods or product-based, this might include wholesalers that you offer a trade account or terms. Now, it's always a good idea to get paid before sending the products out, but there are some times when you've agreed to send before payment for whatever reason. So manage your receivables by having a process in place and sticking to it regularly, not once a month for following up money owed to you, every week, every couple of days, checking on it. You worked hard to get that income. Don't let it disappear by leaving it unpaid, else not only did you not make a profit, it actually costs you money, your time, your product costs, and so on. And it doesn't just affect that one sale. The profit you lost and the cost eats into the profit from other sales to cover the money you didn't get. And the longer you don't follow up money, the harder it is to get that money back into you. On the flip side, manage your money going out well. That's your accounts payable. And if you owe money, pay it on time for so many reasons. You want your money flowing in and out of your bank account. That's the way the world, business, and the universe works. The more the universe sees this flow, the better. I won't get too woo-woo on you here though, but it's true. You want to pay on time because if it's owed to another business owner, they're depending on that income and being paid on time. You know how you feel and what happens when someone doesn't pay you. You don't want to do that to someone else. And if it's super, GST, other big bills, you want to pay those on time to avoid penalties, stress, and the debt piling up. If you don't pay them on time and you spend it, you've spent money that's not yours. You've used money that is not yours in your business, and that is not a good business strategy. Actually paying your bills on time is a great profit strategy, and managing your money the right way. It helps keep the money and the profit flowing through your business and keeps your eye on the ball. You've priced for a profit and followed up your clients to pay you, so you have money left in the bank. Awesome. Let's manage it the right way. So like I touched on with the bills for your super and your GST, let's look after your cash flow and pop those bills aside in a savings account. I know it's really tempting to spend it, but then you have to somehow squirrel it aside again before it's due. And that's how you end up stressed and on the back foot, always struggling to find the cash to pay things as they're due. Be really proactive and have a separate savings account to move them aside, and don't touch that money until you need to pay for what you've saved it for. Now, overseeing all of these strategies is one big one to keep it all in order, and that's bank accounts and managing your cash flow, like we were just talking about. If you want to manage your money right, you need to have business bank accounts and more than one. How does that look for you with bank accounts? Again, it's different for everyone. I recommend a minimum 2 business bank accounts, one for your regular day-to-day trading and another for savings. You can open another bank account for expenses, profit, savings, rainy days. You can even have a different one for income tax and one for GST, however it works best for you. I have a blog on that and the 6 bank accounts everyone needs. Take a read and set up what works for you. And that might be 2 bank accounts or 4. We have some clients with 10 bank accounts and that works for them. It might be a very unpopular opinion, all these bank accounts, but I'm a huge fan of doing what works for you. And if that's 2 bank accounts or 10, so long as you manage them properly, then that is perfect, because this helps you keep on top of your cash flow by making sure you have the money in the bank when you need it. And so it's keeping your profit in check as well, because you're not spending money you technically don't have. Which brings me to the last profit strategy for today. To manage your money right, tax planning. If you're going to be profitable, and you are, tax is a part of life. It's a good thing. Dive back to episode 32, Growing Your Business, How to Scale Your Tax Planning, and this has some really juicy info on how to strategically plan for growth and plan your tax around profit. It's a part of managing your money right, and the right way is to know what's coming up, planning, and having tax funds aside ready to go. And if you're not being strategic about your tax and planning ahead, how can you save for it and protect your income and profit? Now, always review, develop new strategies as you need them. Everything is fluid. Nothing in your business is fixed. A really important aspect of being a business owner is moving and learning to be proactive, not reactive. Monitor your spending, be really strategic about it, have a budget to keep you on track and accountable. Know your levers to increase your sales and profit when you need to, and use these profit strategies. It sounds like a lot, right? And it is, but so is running your own business, and that's what you're doing, and you can do it. Surround yourself with the right team of professionals to balance you and what you need. Doing this, surrounding yourself, is a sign of a great business owner, knowing what to get help with. It doesn't mean you can't do something. It means you're managing your business and delegating. Because if you're trying to wear all the hats, you won't wear them all well, and the sales will suffer, and then so will the profit. As always, this is all general advice. Get your trusted professionals to help tailor things to you and your business. And these are only some of the best ways to manage your money right. Start with one thing, and when that's under control, move on to the next. You can't implement everything in a day, so don't put that pressure on yourself. I hope you enjoyed this short and snackable episode on profit strategies, how to manage your money right, because it's a topic I really love talking and teaching. If you did, I would be so grateful if you left a review to help more business owners like you learn their bookkeeping matters and grow and be profitable. Thanks for popping me in your ears today.